Hey everyone, welcome to my space. I hope this finds you all well. Thanks for tuning in. This is the weekly collective reading. Take away what resonates. If this doesn't feel right, then it may not apply to you. This is energies, situations, circumstances for the overall projected this upcoming week, which is a powerful week with the upcoming lunar eclipse full supermoon on Tuesday. So the energy is already there in the air. For those of you that are very empathetic, energy sensitive, or just observant and perceptive, you may already be seeing that and feeling that. I know I certainly have. It's going to be a powerful thing. I think it's gonna be one of course, in October is coming is another powerful one that's going to be even stronger in certain senses or aspects of stepping through a different space, a liminal space, a way of thinking, active or perceiving. It's all about our choices, our experience, and what we make and bring forth for ourselves in our life. And the card's already falling for the collective reading, so let me get that and see what they're saying. Nine of Rings. Okay, so we're going to set that there as part of that. The Nine of the Rings in the Marigold Tarot, which is the deck that chose to show up this week, is the Nine of Pentacles, which is a earthy card in the material realm. Again, a great card. I also had that card last week, so this may overflow into or be a continuation of last week's message. So let's see what my guides, the spirits and deities I work with, and overall the message I have that will come through me to be relayed to those that resonate. If this video and this reading does end up resonating with you or any of my other content, please give it a like, a subscribe, and comment below, as it helps my channel to grow, helps me to know that my gifts and abilities are reaching others just as others are reaching me. So let's see what is held for the collective besides the Nine of Rings, which is a wonderful opening message and continuation this week into this powerful energetic week. So we have Three of Cups. Wonderful. Three of Swords. Threes is a very powerful number in spirituality and magic. Wow, okay. So the Three of Cups with the Three of Swords. Interesting. And we'll do just one more as I'm being guided towards that. The High Priestess. Let me set this aside here. I love this High Priestess. I love this deck. It is, you can find it at Ninth Press. It's an indie deck, but for the quality and the beauty of it, it's definitely a very worth every penny, and one of my favorite readers, and very chatty reader, likes to read for others. And the spirits find it very favorable. So look at this, the High Priestess. So the message this week here, as I mentioned here, with this factors in overall the Nine of Rings or Nine of Pentacles, is still a sense of, despite all of maybe the scattered upheaval energies of this week, with full moons can bring different things for different people, as it rules were beings full of water, so it can rule, the moon rules the tides of the earth, and it also rules our tides, and it also illuminates a lot of things, especially a super full moon eclipse. So I believe a lot of illumination is going to take this week. But it's asking you to stay, again, just as carried over from last week, to stay grounded in yourself. All these hard work you've been doing for so long, especially I believe the past year or two, including this year and previous to that, is definitely showing different results on various levels. It's like the powers that be, the universe, the spirit or whatever you believe with or walk with or may not do, whatever your system is, then it's actually showing many coming into fruition. You're feeling a sense of being in your own self and noticing the rewards and reaping the benefits and harvest of that. Excuse me, the mosquitoes are biting out here. I was afraid that was going to happen. Oh well, sacrifices, little sacrifices for some outside enjoyment is worth it for a short period of time. So the Nine of Pentacles is indicating there's still going to be a continuous reward. The reward is not necessarily large monetary funds or this and that. It's the completion of projects, the completion of being grounded. Knowing that you put forth the effort and showed up for yourself and for others in a healthy way. That's what it is, and in a very tangible level. That means internal and what's reflected in your environment. And that's something to keep into perspective, as I mentioned, with the full moon energies and the supermoon in the lunar eclipse. Just going to be a very high-powered energy and with some possible choices that may be presented or have already been presenting themselves, and it's up to who this may resonate with to make the choice, but to know they're on the right path, and the choice they will make will be right for them if they choose to accept it. It's all about whether or not you choose to accept what's coming through these eclipse portals this month and in October, and opportunities, or deciding you're done with it. So with what's being advised here with the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords is Three of Cups is about emotions, like the water, like I mentioned about the tides. It is rules our emotions, our relationships, our intuition and intuitive abilities, as the High Priestess shows that came up in this reading. It's also about being very grouped together, unity. So it's saying to you, you look to your community, just like the Nine of Pentacles kind of goes, where the Ten of usually shows that. But a sense of reaching out and focusing on what makes you feel unified in your emotions and your clarity, but also in your personal relationships. That's going to be an anchor to yourself, and of course, with the High Priestess, with that is following your intuition, being still. So when something may come up with those energies in old wounds with the Three of Swords here, that's what that is showing me. With old wounds, cycles, or periods this week may be coming back to the surface. Things you thought you handled or may have not fully handled or pushed back may come forth this week with the eclipse energy and this portal, as I mentioned. That's one of the purposes of it, is what I'm being guided to mention. So it is indicating on there that despite the previous hurts you've had and many struggles throughout this life, or the traumas, know that you've healed a lot of it. But when more of it may surface or present itself, or needs to be reworked and present itself, as life is a constant cyclical change, then basically you can reach out to what makes you feel unified, your community, your emotions on that. And with the High Priestess, to be still. Be still, be calm, be reflective, feel, and let it flow through you. So if you have anxiety, like I often do, anger, feelings of depression, lack of self-worth, I have all of those things, but I'm constantly working through them to be the best version of myself for myself. And that's what I advise others when I read and guide them, and being guided towards that, is to be still. Follow your intuition and your feelings, but let it flow through you. Don't let it define you, but feel it. Don't push it back, but let the challenges and things of the past and those past hurts flow through you. Acknowledge them, give them a good healthy nod, sit with them, and then deal with them however you may need to, or let them go. That's what this week's going to be about. And you are being guided by your guides. I feel who this may resonate with. Your guides are speaking to you. The veil's very thin at this time, even though we're not even in October close to Samhain yet. but we are close. This year, again, the veil is already very thin. Our ancestors, our guides, the powers that be, and spirits, our spirit guides are actually indicating, as mine are, that they're speaking to us through subtle and major signs and synchronicities. It's up to us to be receptive and to pay attention to that, because there's important messages that we need that will empower us, enable us, whether on the mundane, or which is everyday life, or the magical. If you're a practitioner, or even your spirituality, or your day-to-day tasks and accomplishments in home life and relationships. So I see it's going to be a very interesting week, but a good week, as long as you stay grounded and remember how much you've accomplished and stay within yourself, for yourself, and what you need to focus on and the achievements that you have. So this week, the complementary oracle, let's see what it has to go with for the collective and for this message to clarify, complement, and the energies that will affect this upcoming week eclipse, for whom this may resonate or this message may be for, and of course also to clarify the energies of the Three of Cups, Three of Swords, and the High Priestess. Okay, got time here. This is the Earth and Bone Oracle, one of my favorites by Syrian Shadows. It is, keywords are planning, making decisions, and taking risks. Well, see, making decisions are choices. So as I mentioned about what's being presented on with everything here with this week's full moon eclipse and what we've already been working towards to as a collective, and who this may be feels that may apply or resonate with them. It will be the continuous planning that you've done. Continue with that. Also continue now to make a decisive action, whatever that may be. It's time to make that next step and that decision and decisive actions. I can't talk as usual, but decisive actions that I'm being guided. That's what is really screaming at me. It's time to make that choice, that action. Like the Van Halen song, right here, right now. It's your tomorrow. Right now, it's everything. Take that magic moment. Do it right here, right now. So that's what it's saying. This week is going to be integral for that. I'm getting that song from my guides, of course. I'm a big music fan. Music works in my path working, in my magic, and just in my everyday life. Music is very resonant and has a lot of resonant energy for anyone. It means different things. And also about taking risks. So just because you're going to be making a decision and making maybe a very big decision and choice, or being faced with one, and how you're going to react and deal with it, it's not about being reactive as much as how you respond to it for yourself. Now, difficulties may arise, like I said, or past situations, circumstances, and how others may treat you, or things might come up, thoughts, feelings, or energies may be resurfaced, but it's all about taking the risk on how you're going to respond to it, and not analyze it before you react to those energies or those situations, even at your jobs or the day-to-day things that you might be faced with. After all, it's up to you to take the risk to show up for yourself, who this may apply to. And lastly, I'm being advised to pull one card as an overall energetic message for this week, kind of to tie in as energetic advice, guidance for, okay, let's see what I'm being advised to provide as an overall advice and message for this week, for the best takeaway of energies here from the Soul Mirror for this week, and this message that I'm being advised to provide and share, that will best help us through this week and to be mindful of and aware of, to have the best week possible for ourselves and for each other. Okay, so this is from the Soul Mirror Oracle, and it is, I'm going to probably say wrong because I don't pronounce names. Right, whatever. Creatress. Okay, Creatress. Okay, so this deck has like two different sides of the same coin as an advice and takeaway. So it is uninspired or creative. What a beautiful card and a beautiful message. And it does tie into from my message from last week about what we're creating and what we've been building for ourselves or others in our foundation, what matters to us. So basically it's saying here, Spirit and my guides are saying overall, the universal message is saying is, are you going to be a creatress, whether you're male or female or how you identify of that, of your future, of what you want to continue to grow in your life and whatever that may look like? Are you going to sit there and still stay uninspired or stagnant, or are you actually going to continue to embrace those rays coming out of yourself, your fire, your passion, what's calling you generally, even if others don't understand it or try to push it back? It's your unique gift. There's a reason you're being called towards it, and that fire, even if that creativity doesn't make sense to others or doesn't even seem logical to yourself, there's a reason to it. Explore it. It doesn't hurt to educate yourself or explore. If it does end up working for you, oh well. But those beautiful, powerful rays and contemplation there does remind me of sort of the creatress, and this reminds me of the high priestess on this. Being receptive to your creativity and showing your fire, your will in a good, healthy, still way for the challenges you have. So with that being said, this is going to be a great week with a lot of energies and certain things that might come up to the surface. But you've all got this. I know I do. We just deal with it and flow with it the best way we can and use our resources, be mindful of our relationships. And with that being said, again, please like, comment, and subscribe as it helps my channel grow. Let me know if this resonates with you or how this does turn out, or any of my past readings turn out, if they applied, or any takeaways on that. And I hope you all have a wonderful, empowered week. Thank you, and blessed be.